You're right here on Life in the Philippines, love change nation, BobbieD. One nation under rule, one love. Hello, my friends. This is BobbieD coming to you live from Talambon, Cebu, Philippines. And I'm having an awesome time today. Hope you are as well, wherever you're from. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day all over the world, baby. We don't wait for November 11th. It's Veterans Day every Friday on this show, okay? And so we got our veteran specialist on his way, Markel Wingfield. He's coming to bring it down, drop it down real good for you. And if he don't make it, I'm gonna make it right, tight, long, strong for you myself, okay? So today, our subject for today, if Markel doesn't show up, is going to be dating versus relationship. It's a very important thing to know about. Because some of you right now think you're in a dating relate and you're dating, but the other party in their mind, we in a relationship. So today we're gonna take a look at the difference, man. What's the difference, BobbieD? I don't know what you mean. I thought dating and relationship were the same thing. But no, it's not. It's just there's some subtle, slight differences. Okay. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a look at that. The differences between when you say I'm dating, we're dating. My lady and I are dating right now. And you say, I'm in a relationship. What's the difference? Huh? And you need to know the difference. Because, especially women, if you're a female out there, they get this particular subject mixed up all the time. Sometimes the lady, especially the Philippine, they think you're in a relationship. And you, as a foreign man, look at, excuse me, I'm just dating you. You don't mean nothing to me. And that's what happens. And that's what causes what? Conflict. Yeah, you conflict because you have conflicting ideas. You have conflicting ideologies of what a relationship is versus what dating is. Okay? So you understand, whenever you pursue a woman, gentlemen, whenever you date that woman, you need to make it plain what your intentions are, what your purpose in getting her involved in your life is, so that you won't get it all messed up. Filipinos can get messed up easy. Okay, we got a veteran specialist here today with us. I'm gonna bring him in. Markel Wingfield in the house, Markel Wingfield in the house. Y'all check out his show. It's called Markel's TV, the podcast. What's up, Markel? You all right, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing? Running a little late.
It's all right, man. We just glad to have you. Whenever you, I don't care how you get here when you can. Just get here when you can, brother. We appreciate you. So Markel is going to bring us some words about veterans information that you may find out that could be helpful for you. Many of our people that watch this program are veterans, United States veterans, and some of them are disabled veterans, some of them veterans that are eligible for veterans they don't know about. So Markel is going to drop some knowledge on us today about veterans so you won't have to go to college, okay? All right, Markel, take it long as you want. It's all you.
Okay, man. Good afternoon. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. Good morning to you. This evening over here.
Good evening.
But I have some information regarding the VA rechecking claims, okay? Especially claims that come from the Philippines. Now, I meant to bring this up last week, but I forgot.
Okay.
So, normally when you hear about the Philippines, you hear guys go to the Philippines and they usually get a claim done like that, and it's usually an approval.
That's what I hear.
Okay. Well, now they're starting to go back and check to see how all the times before they did get approved, they're getting approved now in the Philippines. And what's happening is there's veterans who are paying doctors to say certain things. There are veterans who are making up stories, putting it in so they can get 100%. And the VA is going back and checking to make sure the story that they're telling is true. Okay. Now, a lot of the stuff that they say, some say, I'm not going to say all, that some say it ain't even close, BobbieD. Some of these guys, because you got to understand how the system works. When a veteran goes sees a psychiatrist, the psychiatrist doesn't have their military history. They only have their medical records, what they've been treated for and what medications they have. They just copy whatever they say. right? They're going to
Okay.
write down whatever they talk about. So you could easily make up well, yeah, I was ill. I saved my buddy, or I saw someone die and they blood splashed all over my face. They're real graphic about these
Yeah.
stories.
Right.
Come to find out, the guy that he was describing that was supposedly dead was alive and well. Didn't even know who the guy was he was talking about.
Wow.
Okay. And
Yeah.
they putting them in jail. Just so people know. They're not just taking the benefits, because you got to understand, you're defrauding the government when you do that.
That's true.
When you lie and you're gaining a benefit, in this case, you're gaining $3,000-$4,000 a month. You got it for 5 years. That's a lot of money. They're not going to sit there and go, oh, okay, well, you did wrong, no problem. We're just going to let you go, and we're going to worry about it later. Hell no.
Right.
They want their money back.
Yeah. That's
and they're going to put you in jail.
They should. There should be a penalty for that. People, I hear the same story here about people come over and get like that. So now I know why. Possibly because they're doing fraud. We don't advocate on this show or your show. I know we don't. No fraud. You got to be legit to put your paperwork in. If you got a problem, it's legit, put it in. But don't try to cheat government, because they're gonna get you eventually in the long run.
Oh yeah.
And so I don't understand why people want to do that kind of stuff. If you have a real concern, yeah, go on and do it. But if you don't fake it, because they're going to check you out before they give you a dime. That's what the government do.
And it's not just the VA, BobbieD. There are watch groups, just like there are watch groups with people who do abortions and all this. Veterans have watch groups that they're not even aware of, that they hear tip, hey, this guy may be faking. They'll sit out there with a video camera, BobbieD, and watch them. Videotape them, get information to the Inspector General's office. Next thing you know, you got this letter in the mail. Hey, you need to come in. We need to talk to you. You leave it in explosives and handcuffs. You don't know why.
That's not a good feeling,
BobbieD, that was a guy in Florida, weightlifting guy. Huge, looked like the Incredible Hulk. He go to the VA. He got a cane. He can barely move. He's wearing a diaper. Telling the VA he can't control his bowels. He can barely move. Next thing you know, he's in a fitness magazine showing off his muscles, lifting about 300 pounds. Wait a minute.
Oh, man, that is terrible. That is terrible, man. Now, people need to stop that kind of craziness, just because you're trying to cheat the government, you want to fake it like you all sick and you hurting. But when you get out the office, you throw your cane away and stuff. Come on, man. That's old time stuff. And the government's going to eventually get you. And what happens a lot of time, Markel, that's like you said, you have watch groups. If you don't like, somebody don't like you out there and they know you acting a fool, cheating the government, they're going to turn you in unless you give them a cut.
BobbieD, you know how easy it is to get an investigation going on somebody? If I really hated somebody to the point I really wanted to screw them up, all you got to do is take your cell phone and record them. Because if they got all these disabilities, there ain't no way. First of all, if they are mentally screwed up, as they say, they ain't living alone. They can't live alone. They couldn't function. Right? They couldn't travel. They couldn't go outside and purchase things and do all these normal things you could do if you that screwed up in the head that you need somebody to help you, right?
Exactly.
But they always alone. They always doing everything alone. They always walking alone. But they got the government convinced they got all these problems. I sit out there and videotape you for 5 minutes. I sit it into the Inspector General's office. I ain't got to say nothing else. And you do know they give a reward for that, right?
Oh, really?
They give a reward. Well, you got to look at it from the government standpoint. If you are taking somebody who's committing fraud, getting at least $60,000, $70,000 a year, that's worth me giving you $10,000, $15,000 to turn them in, because that's saving the government money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm not advocating you go out there and follow people and videotape them. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, though, that is how easy it is to get somebody caught up. Now, one thing I will tell you veterans who are legit, okay? You have physical ailments. You have mental ailments. Hell, you've been going through the system for years. They already know everything about your story checks out. Don't tell everybody your business. Don't tell everybody your business. Whatever rating you got, keep that to yourself. Nobody else needs to know. If they ask you in the military, sure, I was in the military. So what you do? I'm retired. I don't like to talk about it. It brings back bad memories. And move
That's
on
it.
from there. Do not divulge, especially living overseas. Don't divulge your personal information to nobody. I don't give a damn what they say, how they say it. It ain't their business. Okay?
That's true.
Because that same person who's befriending you now could be your worst enemy tomorrow and doing
That's
everything
right.
they can to take what you got.
That's right.
So I tell people all the time, whether you 60% or 100%, they don't need to know. They don't need to know a damn thing. Keep that to
No,
yourself.
no, they're not giving you that check every month. Uncle Sam is, and that's between you and Uncle Sam what you get. Okay, so because if they know you're getting full disability, they know you're getting some money because anybody know you get full disability about 3,000 or 4,000 a month, you know, and so they know you got money coming in. Especially you overseas, they're gonna find a way to try to get some of that. So
Yep.
you have to be careful what you put out on social media about yourself too, because people will pick that up and then they wind up turning you in because you done got some stuff on social media, but you went to the beach last day and you're going out of town and you having 2 or 3 girls on your arm and yeah. Watch that stuff, guys. And this is for everybody, not just veterans. Be careful
No,
what you put
Social
on social
Security.
media. It
Social
will get
Security
you.
is
Social
another
Security
one.
too. Yeah, Social Security too. It get you,
You
man.
out there, you supposedly can't move around. You out there to sea do in the middle of the ocean. You on a paragliding, you climbing mountains, you all on social media, got selfies going. Hell no, you can't be out there doing stuff. Well, look, do what you want to do. You're an adult, okay?
Right,
You put yourself in that position. If you're not disabled, you should let people know, hey, I appreciate you giving me this. I'm much better now. Let me go out and take care of this myself.
right.
But it ain't gonna work, man. If you getting away with it right now, trust me, our government always finds out. It may
Oh yeah.
take 10 years, it may take 12 years, but they always come at the worst time you expect it.
Mm-hmm.
But they
Yeah.
coming. Make no mistake about it. They coming.
Oh yeah, they come. I can verify that. I had a. They got to say I had a tax audit, man, and it was like almost 5 years after I did the tax, and it got me. I was supposed to pay 15,000, but I got me a good CPA, and he got it dropped down to 3. But yeah, they'll get you. I always forgot all about that, you know. And it was my error. I did wrong, you know. I admit it, and they got me, man. I forgot all about it. So yeah, Uncle Sam don't play. They'll find a way to get you. If you're getting over now, you happy? Yeah. Keep on living happy while you can. Because when they catch you, you ain't gonna be too happy.
No,
They're gonna make you
no.
pay back their money and they could put you in jail, you know, because it is fraud. It is fraud against the government. And not only is that, it's fraud against your fellow citizens. We pay that money to help you. Our taxes go to that to help the money that you get every month, you know? So it's fraud against the government and it's fraud against your fellow citizens as well. Let's be truthful, ladies and gentlemen. If you're ill, you need to get the benefit. If you got hurt in the army, whatever you was in, gone fine. But if you didn't, don't do it. Man. Don't try to play no game because it's gonna catch up on you, and you're not gonna be happy when they get you.
No, no. And one
Sooner or
last
later.
thing, BobbieD.
All
Can't
right.
believe I gotta say this, but one last thing for you
Okay.
veterans who are overseas. Do not sign up for welfare. You ain't even in the country. I got a guy signed up for welfare, sending the welfare money to somebody else, and they getting 50% of it sent to them in the country that they're in. Crazy,
What?
BobbieD.
So.
First of all,
Mhm.
there's a spot on the application that asks if you're receiving veterans benefits or Social Security benefits. They're lying and say they receiving nothing, as if the government is not going to catch up to that because they
Right.
paying them VA money. So they're going to catch it. It's just a matter of time when they catch it.
Right.
But this individual, BobbieD,
Okay.
signed up for welfare in California, in the
Okay.
States, not even living in
Okay.
the States. Got the EBT card or whatever the hell it's called, going to somebody else's house. They're spending
Okay.
it, but they're giving
Okay.
him 50% of the money. They're giving him cash, sending it to him.
That's terrible, man. That's a racket. That's a sure enough racket. What people think of anything? They can try to get their money, man. They'll do anything. What will they think of next? You know what I'm saying? It's no limits to what people can think of to get that money. When they want money bad enough, they'll do anything. But that's a first. I never heard that one.
Very last one, Bobby D.
Uh,
If any of you all listen to some of these YouTubers who told you to sign up for PPP loans and you did not have a legitimate business, the U.S. Justice Department is coming. They already got a bunch of them in Texas. They rounded up a bunch of them in New York, and they don't care where you are in the world. If you got that paycheck protection loan and you did not have a business, they coming.
yeah,
They're coming.
yeah.
They want their money back.
Want the money back, and if you can't pay back, you're going to jail. That's all there is to it. That's fraud, straight up fraud. That's what that plan was for people that really needed it because the pandemic brought all the businesses down, and they needed that stuff, you know. But people are going out there finding a way to get it and don't need it, and that's wrong, and they need to be punished.
Bobby D, that was people online encouraging people to say that their YouTube channel was their business. It was their legitimate business, and that they had 2 employees, which they didn't have no employees, sign up for the PPP loan and get you $7,000 to $10,000.
Whoa, ooh, that sounds good, but it ain't.
And a lot of them did, and a lot of them finding out. No, that's not the way to do it.
They did it wrong, man. Using the YouTube as a business and then getting a PPP loan because you had faking like you had 2 employees. Man, what will people think? That would never occur to me to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't qualify, but people making themselves qualify just to get the money. They're making themselves qualify on paper, but in reality, they don't qualify. That's a lie. That's lying to the government. And anybody out there doing that kind of stuff, stop it right now. And if you know somebody out there doing that kind of stuff, turn them in. Okay, I'm just straight up turn them in. You drop a dime on them. Marquez says sometimes they give you reward, you might get some money. Okay, it's wrong. Nobody should be illegally defrauding the government because that's taking money from us illegally. We put the money in that they're getting our taxpayer dollars to that for them, and they're gonna take advantage of us. It is wrong. If you know somebody doing that kind of stuff, turn them in. You know what I'm saying? They need to be turned in and they need to be punished because there's too many other people that actually need that help, and they're depriving those that need it because they don't need and defrauding the government at the same time, and it's wrong. And it's not to be excused. Well, he couldn't get his benefits, so he had to figure out a way. He really needed it, but if he really needed it, the government would have proved it. You know, you have to prove your case. Like Marcus said, you got to have medical history, medical records, all of that stuff you have to have in order to prove your case. If you don't have that record, you don't qualify. So don't stop trying to make yourself qualify. Just because you got angry because they denied you for your benefits, then you'll find some way to get over. Okay, go ahead, keep on doing that stuff. Somebody gonna know what you're doing, and they'll turn you in. So you might want to stop right now while you're at it. For those of you that's doing it out there, but those of you that's not doing it, and you pursuing a legitimate claim, do your thing. Do it legally. Be above board. Get all your medical records, all of that diagnostical records together from the military time, from what time you got out the military. You still have problems. They need all of that. They need a history, medical record history, to show that you are legitimately got hurt in the army or whatever branch of service you were, and when you got out, this problem could continue to be with you. That's what they need, and if you show it the right way, you will get your benefits. Okay, don't do it the wrong way. Do it the right way.
Yeah, but
right, let's go.
It's terrible, man. What some people will do just for, and it's not like it's a lot of money. We're not talking hundreds of thousands. You're going to go to jail over $10,000, $7,000. Come on, man. We're not even talking about millions, something, hey, 5, 10 million. No, right. 7,500, 2,000. Come on, man.
Yeah, sad, man. People, when people want that money, they'll figure out a way to get it, but they'll figure out the wrong way to get it. I think they ain't going to get caught. But eventually, like you said, Uncle Sam always had a lot of checks and balances. So they go back and audit the trails. Anytime they do a claim, if they've been giving you money for 3 or 5 years, somebody gonna audit your trail and see if you're really sick or you really disabled. And next thing you know, they got, just like you said, they have somebody outside y'all taking video, and then you catch it. So guys, don't do that. Be honest, be above board, and it will work out for you in the long run. All right, we're gonna open it up. You got the veteran specialist here today, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to give your questions, comments, And let's see who we got in the house today. In the house today, Ride Train by Release, One Nation of the Groove. First man up today, Murphy. Hey, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, Murphy. Now, Kakalaki, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, what questions we got? What question we got, y'all? Terry Flaming in the house. Thank you so much, Terry, for the donation. All right, what else? What question we got? Let's see. Okay, Smooth Sound says, I wonder if it's true that some vets are telling doctors something they saw on TV years ago, like in those Chuck Norris movies. I don't know. Maybe telling something they saw on TV.
It's not hard, Bobby. Let me be honest with you. It's not hard because they have not figured out a way to read your mind. They don't know, you can study the internet and figure out how to manipulate being a veteran with PTSD or how to manipulate depression or how to manipulate whatever. All that information is online. So it's not hard.
Right.
But for those of you out there faking, you taking some real medication. You may not be crazy when you first started, but by the time they get through feeding you that medication, you will believe whatever it is you thought that you started that lie with, you're going to start to believe it yourself. Because that medication is not nothing to play with.
Yeah. They give you the serious hard stuff too. It's no weak stuff. It's hard stuff.
You're going to be in there hallucinating, thinking.
Mind playing tricks on you. Terry Fleming, he said, I spend the majority of my time hiding away in my house. When you have major issues, they show in the way you live. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, Mr. Fleming. You got people out there who claim to have all kind of issues, but yet they can buy airline tickets and travel. They can go stay in their own place. They can get a place. They can walk down the street, no problem. They can go buy food. They can do whatever everything a normal person would do every single day. Now, how they got issues? What depression do they have? How they need a caregiver? They don't need nobody. So everything that they told the VA was a lie. You understand what I'm saying? And it's going to catch up.
And the lie's going to catch up with them sooner or later. Terry Fleming says, the government will garner their SSI, their military composition, land, home, everything which they can catch them on. So they can garnish, he's saying they can garnish your assets, whatever assets you have. They can take it from you. Right.
They'll freeze your bank account. They'll freeze everything. You will have nothing.
Right.
You won't have access to nothing.
Yeah, just like they're doing the Russian oligarchs. Sticking all their money. Got it tied up. None of them can't get access to the money in the United States, Britain, all over the world. And they feeling the crunch of it right now. So it's a sad day, man. You go to your bank account, you try to pull some money out and say, sir, you can't touch this. What? What you mean? You can't touch this. The government got you going. What? You go crazy, man. You shouldn't be going crazy because you knew you were doing wrong. But see, that's how we do. We try to fake like I wouldn't do nothing. And they know they got what they're angry about, Markel, is that they got caught.
Right.
That's what they're angry about. They got caught. They were doing it all along. They were faking and being phony, and they're angry because they got caught. All right, let's see what who we got here. Tata Sanders. He said, I did all my medical stuff before I got out. Okay, what do you mean medical stuff? You got us medical paperwork?
Yeah, usually when they ETS out now, they send them to classes and they get all this stuff done. They teach them. It's not like when I got out. When I got out, hell, they ain't tell you nothing. You just got out, Right. People are under this misconception, BobbieD, that all veterans was treated the same when they get out. Ask Vietnam vets how they were treated when they got out, right? When they came back from Vietnam. It wasn't all this love and, veterans discounts and all this. Same way when I got out, Desert Storm era. It wasn't all that. Hell, people were going to jail left and right. They didn't know why. People had all kind of illnesses that they just now starting to recognize in Congress,
right.
For Gulf War veterans, because there were chemicals in the air that they never told us about. There's people who died from all kinds of things that they're just now, 30 years later, deciding to do something about. Right. Okay, but the people who are getting out now since 9/11, they got classes. They walk them through. They pretty much do the application for them. They get everything set up so when they get out, they roll right along. Most of them become 100%, especially retirees. Some get 60, 70%, and they move on. Okay, it wasn't like when we got out. Yeah, VA. What do you mean VA? What the hell is a VA? They don't tell you nothing.
Right.
Nothing. But now all the information is readily available.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
it
a
should have
different
been
time.
available. It should have been available from the beginning. Just like if y'all remember Bo Biden, which is Biden's son, he had an aneurysm, some kind of brain cancer, and they said that he got it being exposed to some kind of chemical out there. He was on 2 tours of Afghanistan, I believe, and he got it from that. You know, things happen, and you don't know about it till later on. And then if you are legit and you're concerned, you should file and get it. Terry Fleming says, when I got out, when I got out of the military, I was pretty banged up. I spent many years self-medicating. When you say self-medicating, what does that mean? Tell me about that, Michael. Self-medicating.
Well, I mean, he got to explain that a little bit because self-medicating is either he's doing something himself to make himself feel better, or he's drinking or whatever. He's not getting it from the government, okay? He's
So it was something.
self-medicating.
In other words, he got drunk. I'm just playing. In other words, he was trying to get high, trying to get his mind right, but he was doing it in the wrong way. So that's what he means, self-medicating, finding things to take the pain away, to get his mind off of the stuff he went through. I got you, Terry. And that's what happened to a lot of people in life, man. You find you're dealing with anguish, anger, irritation, pain, suffering. You have flashbacks, and you're tired of it. And you do find something that can take your mind off of it, whatever it is, whether it's legal or not. And if it's helping you that's what you do. Until you find out that's hurting you even more. Then you get rid of it. Which in Terry's case, he got rid of it and he found a better way. He said, the meds the VA fed me for depression and anxiety left me slobbering and dizzy for years. Believe me, the drugs they gave me was not to be played with. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you about. These people who fake that they got PTSD, they take that medicine long enough. They won't be faking no more. They ain't no more faking.
Yeah.
They gonna start hallucinating, seeing people walk in and out that wasn't ain't nobody there.
So that's a very strong medication they're under. Okay. So Terry Fleming said he was self-medicating with drugs and alcohol. That's what he did. He had to find a relief. And a lot of people do that, you know.
What kind of drugs?
What? What kind of drugs? I don't know what kind of drugs. Why you need to know?
That might be personal right there.
You need to know. Just keep it like it is. Drugs. Too much information. But what happens is people find the easiest way out of their depression, out of their anxiety. And a lot of times military men come back here and they're afraid to go back into the real world because sometimes they don't understand. They have an adjustment period from the military life until the real civilian life. And it's hard to make that adjustment. And it's for certain varying eras, like the Vietnam veteran. My brother came back. He was messed up, and he had a hard time. And he's passed away now, but he had a hard time adjusting. And so you have to help people get adjusted. And he did the same thing, Terry. He had self-medication on drugs, all that stuff, but he actually had the PTSD real bad, mindset issues real bad. And he got medication for that, but that stuff was heavy for him. Because if he didn't take that medication, you wouldn't even know you'd be like, he's a maniac, get away from him. But as soon as he takes his medication, he's fine, It keeps him controlled, it keeps him logical. But what happens is a lot of veterans just don't want to take the medication. And some of the reason why is it causes them to be impotent sometimes. It causes them a lot of not to want to eat, a whole lot of side effects that those medications have. And that's some of the reasons why many of them don't want to take them. And that's some of the reasons why they go to these foreign countries and they freak out. And then people want them out of there. And that's why we talked about on Markel's show yesterday, how many of the foreign governors are screening the veterans that have PTSD. If you have a 60% rating in Markel's country in the near future, if you're PTSD, they're not going to let you out. They're not going to let you get in. So those things need to be taken into consideration. Terry Fleming says most veterans end up homeless, on drugs, and in jail.
Yeah,
that's sad.
That's true. That's very true.
Okay.
There's a lot of programs in the States to try to help get veterans off the street, but it starts with the veteran. If they don't want to leave their situation, you can't make them go. Right. Not unless they can prove that mentally they're not there, then the VA can force them to go into a mental hospital. But If they're cognizant of what's going on and they rather be where they are, there's nothing anybody can do. That's their personal choice.
Have you ever ran into anyone that you know was messed up and you tried to get them help,
Oh,
Markel?
I used to do that in the States, Bobby. They used to see people in the States. Well, the thing about it, it's hard to know if they're really veterans because they'll hear something from somebody else, here's the stories from someone else, and
Right,
they'll say, oh, I was in the military, I was stationed at blah, blah, blah.
right.
It's the same way when you go, what is it? What's the holiday in November for veterans? Veterans Day.
Veterans
November what?
Day, November
November 11th.
11th. Yeah,
You know how you have all those guys that go try to get the free meals? Everybody's a veteran that day.
yeah.
Everybody
Food
going
at
to
the
Cracker
restaurant.
Barrel and all these other places. And Bobby D is so many of them that's faking. I'm a E15. E15.
Ain't no E15.
I served at. What was your last duty station? Because I went to basic at Fort Dix, and they'll say, "Oh, I was at Fort Dix just 2 years ago." 2 years ago? No, dog, ain't no way. But you never know who's faking and who's telling the truth,
Right.
and that's the hardest part. But the ones that sound credible, I used to give them the 800 number to call for the homeless vets to try to get them off the street and get them in a halfway house.
Right. It's sad, man, when you see somebody that needs help and they don't even have the right mindset to try to ask for help. They just want to live the way they are. It's hard to pull people out of that dungeon mentally that they're in. Terry Fleming said I had to touch bottom in order to find myself to reach out for help was the hardest thing I have ever done. Okay. And I guess that's probably attributable to a lot of veterans. They got to reach bottom before they ask for help. And then some of them never reach bottom. They're in a spiraling cycle, always going downhill, and they don't care about trying to get back up. And that's a sad indictment on our veterans in this country and how this country is reaching out to them. That the people that laid their life on the line and come back, and we don't have enough compassion in our hearts to bring them to a right place. But what I'm hearing is Mark has told me, but before you get out now, they make you go through certain programs, exit programs. Is that right?
Yep.
So determine what your needs are, and then get all your medication, all your paperwork, all the stuff ready, prepared, so that when you leave military life and you get out and then you go into civilian life, you got all the paperwork you need to get to the VA to get your work done. So that makes it much more easier now. Thank goodness that it's getting better and not worse. Terry Fleming, he got his veterans benefits. Yeah, no,
it's not perfect, Bobby D. It's not a perfect system, but it's a lot better than it used to be. I'll put it that way. Yeah. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it's damn sure not perfect.
No, it's not perfect because there's too many people slipping through the cracks, falling through the cracks, and there's too many cracks in the system. And it's people like you, Markel, that help people that stop from falling through the cracks and get what they need in the system. So guys out there, if you know anybody that's a veteran, has issues, has legitimate concern, even if you think they have, even if you don't know if it's legitimate or not, if they say they have concern, show them Markel, get them to Markel's channel, or call and take them down to the VA, or even have them call, check it out. Because our veterans pay a high price for protecting us, and they deserve the best whenever their tour of duty or their military service is over with. We shouldn't have to see them on a street corner begging with their hand out on, and that's the worst thing you can see, man.
Speaking to that, Bobby D, today, driving back here, American, standing out there in the corner like some of the other homeless people here, bag of candy. And you can tell he was agreeing because you heard it in his voice. I've been here long enough, I can distinguish how someone says words in Spanish from locals and when they from somewhere else. Right. I heard him saying, I was like, let me look and see who the hell this is. I look, it's a brother standing out there trying to sell candy. I said, man, what the hell you doing? Mm-hmm. Oh, man, I ran across some hard times. I'm just trying to get a little bit extra. Mm-hmm. You out here selling candy for $2 bills. That ain't even 50 cents. You like, come on, man. You need to get back to the States.
Yeah, he probably staying on the street somewhere too, homeless.
Yeah, he is. He on the streets.
All right, Terry Fleming said now the veterans have 2 years to get benefits after they get medical benefits. Okay, they have 2 years.
What?
Now they give veterans 2 years to get their benefits after they only get medical. Okay. So apparently they're saying he's saying there's a 2 year window before you can claim your veterans. Is that it?
No, there's no
No.
time limit to
Well,
claim
we
a
don't.
benefit. I'm a little lost what he means by that.
Okay.
They give you
All
two
right,
years.
Jerry. Got to explain that, clean that up a little bit. But yeah,
Because you can
Markel.
claim, you can make a claim at any point. Now, if he's saying that he put a claim in and that claim is being worked, and you got 2 years that claim is being worked. But I don't know what he means by get your medical benefits, because somebody could be out for 30 years and they go file tomorrow. As long as they can prove they have whatever disability, they can still get their benefits.
So
That
there's
doesn't
no
stop.
time limit. No time
There's
limits
no
on
time
applying
limit.
for your benefits. Okay. As long as you serve the time, you have the applicable records, then you get your benefits if they deem it's correct for you. Okay. I got it. He probably talking about something else. All right, guys. Looks like that's it. I don't see no more questions. All right. So Markel, thank you. If you guys have more questions for Markel, go check out his show, Markel's TV, the podcast. And he will be able to entertain you. Okay, he said they gave him a new what? VTE? I don't know what that means. Anyway, he will Markel will be able to entertain you or your questions and concerns more in depth on his show. He has a broadcast almost every day. And so check him out, Markel's TV, the podcast. Also, he's done another show, YouTube channel called Markel's Tech Review. Check it out if you have any tech review issues you got regarding any kind of electronic equipment, computers, cameras, you name it, gimbals, everything. He does a full gamut on that as well. All right, Markel, thank you so much. It's been good having you here. We appreciate you. And
thank you so much, Sir Marco.
It's all
said,
good.
thank you. All right, we'll see you on the backside of next Friday. Okay, man. Thank you so much,
All right, man.
Markel.
You guys have a good one. Peace.
All right, thank you so much. All right, take care. All right, guys. We just got to with our Veterans Day portion of the show. And now we got enough time today to do, if we don't have time, normally if Markel run too long, I'll do what I got to do next time. But I think we got a little bit more time today. So we're going to go through with our presentation for today. And we already know who's riding the train with us today, so I got to go through all of that. People get ready, so y'all know. All right, so let's go ahead and start our presentation for today. Thank you everyone for showing up today. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the differences. It's going to be real quick. We'll talk about the differences between a relationship, okay, or dating. Some people think dating is a relationship. Some people think that because you're in a relationship, you're dating. It doesn't necessarily, both necessarily equate to, one doesn't necessarily equate to the other. There's a difference. And sometimes, and as I go through this today, you may find out that you are not in a dating relationship. You're not dating, but you're in a relationship. Some of you may find out that you're not in a relationship at all. You're just dating, because I'm going to show you the things that apply to relationship. And I'm going to show you some situations that apply to dating. And so it's a difference. And you need to know the difference. And especially you need to know the difference in your lady. Because a lot of times what happens, guys, when a woman and a man hook up, inside the woman's mind, women are just, they want to get somebody, they're attached. They get attached easily. And in their mind, a couple of dates, we in a relationship, I'm seeing you. That's my boyfriend. But in the man's mind, you just somebody I know. You just a friend. We just date. So we need to understand the differences. And so as I go through this day, you may find out that you're not in a relationship at all. You're merely dating. Okay? And you maybe find out that you're not dating at all. You're in a strong relationship. And some people don't know the difference. So today we're going to run this down with you, to you, so you can know the difference. Okay? You with me? Let's go. Thumbnail for the day. Dating versus relationship. Okay? Tell me, that looks like they're in a relationship to me, but you never know. Because looks can be deceiving. Dating versus relationship. Beautiful young lady. Man is kissing her. They're hugging her up. They could just, it looks like a relationship to me, right? On the surface, but it could just be a date. They just came from a ball or something, and she got on a nice little dress, and he got his tie tucks off of him. Then it could just be a nice little outing. You don't know, and whatever is a date or whatever is a relationship, it depends on how those people perceive the situation. Okay. No hocus pocus, just focus. Focus for the day. Focus for the day will be various differences between dating and relationship. That's all we're going to talk about. We got 3 for you. And we're going to be out. Okay? You with me, G? Let's go. All right, number 1. Here's our first one. Okay? It's a man right down the lake. Now, is that a dating relationship? Is that dating, guys? Or is that a strong relationship? Which one is it? They happy? They smiling? They high-fiving? You know? Could be just a date, but it could be something more than that. Dating is when you stay absent from each other's life, even whenever you have an emotional breakdown and there is no commitment. That's just dating. Dating is no commitment. You just date. You just know her. We go out for having fun and laugh. A few drinks, that's it. Date. But a lot of people don't look at it like that. If you take some Filipino out for lunch, you not on a date. You is a relationship. That's what a lot of Filipino mind. Isn't that right, Lee?
Yeah, you can date with your friends also, your family.
Yeah, you can have a date with your family and friends as well. All right, but relationship says you are emotionally attached. You're attached to somebody. When you're in a relationship, man, you have an attachment to the person. Okay, you feel emotionally attached, spiritually attached. You're deep. You have a deep need to be and desire to be with them. Okay, and no matter what, you never leave them, even in the most difficult times. That's when you know you are in a relationship. So if you dating, if you have a partner, somebody you love, and you're not really serious about them, if something happened to them tomorrow, you could care less. You just date. It's just a date. Date friendship. That's all it is. That's all it is. But if you had a relationship with somebody, if you're dating somebody and you've been with them a long time and you feel that if something happened to them, it hurts you just like it hurt them, then you're in a strong, emotional, exclusive relationship. Okay? Now, I understand there's a difference between an exclusive relationship or exclusive dating. There's a difference. When you say exclusive, that means you're only dating one person, exclusive to anybody else, exclusive to anyone else. When you're dating someone exclusively, you only want that one person. Okay? And a lot of people date inclusively. What do you mean, Bobby? What do you mean inclusively? You mean they just don't date one person. Some of you guys right there looking at me right now, you got a Philippine in the Philippines, right? Mm-hmm. Don't lie now. You got one in the Philippines and you got a lady on the side. You got a side chick, side piece in the USA. Don't play with me, okay? Because I know how men are. Some of us, I'm not saying all of y'all, but there's some men that are like that. That's called a non-exclusive dating. So you are dating a Filipina and you're dating someone else on the side, but you're not being honest with the Filipino because she thinks she the only one, and she don't know you playing the game. You know what I'm saying? So you're just dating. You don't have any strong relationship. You want to fake people and make people feel that you are only a strong relationship, but you know you just dating. Stop faking the funk and be real with the ladies out there. Ladies, if you're doing it to the gentlemen, stop faking the funk and be real with them as well. A few more. We're gonna be out. I got these ones here. A video one. Let me go on. Hold on. All right, here's another one. Now, I want you to tell me if you think this couple is in dating, it's just dating, or they're in a exclusive relationship. Okay, here we go. When you date someone, you don't share your feelings openly. But when you're in a relationship, you discuss every little thing and tell them every detail about your life. Now, do they look like they're just dating?
No, they're doing lovey-dovey.
Lisa C said they're doing lovey-dovey. You could be doing lovey-dovey and just doing dating. But what would?
They are not in relation. They are in relationship.
Okay, why would you say they're in a relationship, Lisa D?
Because if you're dating only, you're not doing like that.
You hear what she said?
Laying down together.
You mean, okay, so if I went on a date with someone, with Lisa D, and we was in her house, and she laid down, I laid down with her, and I started kissing her, you mean to tell me that's a strong relationship, or is it a date?
Strong. that's a strong relationship.
No, that's how people get confused. That is not necessarily a strong relationship because you laying down kissing somebody. That's just a physical reaction. That's a sexual being flirtatious. That's all that is. You know, but sometimes people, just like a lot of ladies, get to confused. When my man, he kissing me, oh, he got the hot for me. He's strong. It's just in that man's mind, it's just a date. Hmm? But in the lady's mind, ladies take it more strongly. It could be a strong relationship for her, especially if she never had a man that treated her like that. So you can see how easily, ladies and gentlemen, that these things can get confusing. Now, on this particular one right here, I would assume, based on the fact that she's putting her hand all over his face and his beard, and she's rubbing his hair, they're looking close in the eye to eye, eyeball to eyeball, and they're smiling. It looks like superficially it's a strong relationship, but we never know for sure. Next one, here we go. Dating is you only have temporary feelings for one another. Relationship, you plan your future goals together, and you speak about your future life with them. You can't do without them. Is this a date, or is this a relationship between this man and woman? To me, ladies and gentlemen, that's a strong relationship. Okay, when you see the man lifted her up in the air like that, when you go on a date, you ain't gonna be lifting nobody. You be just trying to get to know. Dating is just what? Exploring each other, talking to each other, getting through the iceberg moments, breaking the ice, understanding how but they were a little bit beyond that when he did all the catching her in the air like that. But this is symbolic of a strong, loving, caring relationship. When you see a man lift a woman up there in the sunset and holding her up like that on with her hips in the air, that means a lot. It says a lot. That's a strong relationship. Whether it's exclusive or not, that's another issue. Exclusive means she's the only one. Okay. Last one we are. Okay. These people are at dinner. Dating is when you feel for more than for a person than anybody else. Relationship is when you're serious towards someone, strong. But dating is just you're not serious. It's just someone there that's friendship or sometimes some way to pass the time. That's all that is. But can you tell if this is a serious relationship or not? Not really. You need more information because they're just sitting down, talking, and they're eating and having dinner. So we can't really determine from what we're seeing, is it a relationship or is it dating? So that's it, man. My question to you, ladies and gentlemen, can you determine whether you're in a dating situation or a strong relationship? Some of you don't really know. All you have in your mind is, I like her or I love her. In her mind, it could be the same thing. I like her, love her, but you have to be on a mutual plane, on one plane, one understanding, one idea of your relationship. Whether it's a dating relationship or it's a strong mutual affection, loving relationship. Those are the things you need to understand in your mind before you go out there and make assumption about that. So, well, I thought you loved me, and then you because you mistake the signal she was giving you. You went and bought a wedding ring, and you dropped down on your knees and said, "Will you marry me, please?" He said, and the lady said, "What? Fool, I don't love you." How embarrassing. Have anyone ever done that out there? I'm serious. Has anybody ever proposed to a woman and she said, "No, I'm not going to marry you. I don't love you"? Yeah, that's an embarrassing situation. So before you go strong with somebody, make sure you go along with somebody. What you mean, BobbieD? You heard me. Go along. Don't just date somebody a week and then that she was meant for me. That's why we will get married. We can go back. Don't do that, man. Give yourself some time. Understand what a dating situation is versus a strong relationship. It's more meaningful. There's commitment in a strong relationship. There's very little commitment in dating. Dating is just one time. It could be another time, but there's no meaningful relationship. There's no meaningful commitment. There's no strong, loving bond between each other. That's the difference. And if you understand that, that's fine. But not only should you understand that, ladies and gentlemen, but you need to make sure your partner understands what phase of the dating you're in, or what phase of a relationship you're in, if you're in a dating relationship or a dating situation or a relationship situation. You know what phases, because they all have phases. They all have areas of strength and areas of weaknesses. So you got to understand where you are, and you have to make sure she is in touch with where you are, and that you're both on the same page in your relationship. All right, that's it, man. Let's go run this train today. I ain't gonna say all that people get ready to stuff, because we already know who's on the train with us today. Let's go. Number one is who? Murphy, hey, what's up, man? He said, hello, family. What's up? Number two, North Kakalaka in the house, What's up, man? You good? Smooth sounds. Hi.
Yes, Sir Murphy Hayes.
He said, smooth sound. Murphy Hayes, congrats to Murphy Hayes, number one honcho in the house. He did it right, tight, long, strong. He wasn't playing. And I forgot to tell Monroe that number two just won't be. What's up, Monroe? So good to see you back in North Kakalaki again, man. Monroe went to Manila, and he had a thriller. He got so involved with his lady, man. He's like, look, I'm tuning the whole world out. He shut down all lines of communication. He didn't want to talk to nobody but his lady. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know? Can you imagine how long he's been waiting to get to that lady, to reach out and touch her? Almost, over 2 or 3 years, right? You know, so he did his thing, and he did it right. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with when you meet your lady and you just want her, you and her. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way it's supposed to be. Let's go, Ryan Chain. Who we got? Smooth Sounds. He said, hi, what's up, man? You good? Ryan Chain, who we got? Smooth. He said, Mr. Hey, what's up, man? Number one, congrats. Terry Fleming, thank you so much. Rain Man coming. Thank you so much for that donation to the nation. Thank you. All right, we got to do that for Terry Fleming, Ryan Train, BobbieD, Easy, One Nation, under Group, One Love. Who we got? I need a dancer. Okay, let's do these. Around time for the beautiful trip on the Soul Train line.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. So what you trying to do? Ladies and gentlemen, one of the original players from the Himalayas. Jerome's in the house. I said Jerome's in the house. Jerome's in the house. I said Jerome's in the house. Come on, girl, let's do the penguin. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Terry Fleming, for the donation to the nation. More blessings. Much love. Thank you so much, brother, mother. Hey, for those of you that are, I guess, Martin Lawrence fans, they're going to do a comeback show. Remember the Martin Lawrence show? They're having a comeback show on June the 23rd, next month, and it's going to be on BET Plus. Okay, Martin Lawrence, all those funny characters he did, is going to be coming back. They're going to do a reunion show. It's going to be on BET Plus. I think it's going to be on June 23rd. But check your TV schedule, TV guys, cable guys, to ensure of the correct day. But I think it's the 23rd. I think I put something on the community channel for that, so you guys can watch out for it. Okay, those are one of my favorite groups, and I hope to see that show. Hope to see that reunion show. Let's go. Terry Flynn said, all right, so Murphy did it, man. He wasn't playing today. He said, I'm going to throw this thing down. Hey, what's up, Terry? He said, hello, Love Train. What's up, Love Train? Y'all all right? Y'all all right? Yeah, we doing good, man. You doing good? You doing good?
Like my glasses.
Oh, Lizzie trying to show y'all. He trying to show y'all her glasses. Come on, Lizzie, get back in the picture. Let me see that. Look at her glasses, guys. She got some new glasses yesterday.
Pretty.
And there are, let me see the glasses. Let me show you the glasses you got. They're white. See right there? Can you see? They're white glasses. And what she liked about them is they're all plastic, light plastic. She don't like heavy stuff on her nose. And she got it where her old glasses, they only took the lenses out and put them in here. So it saved a lot of money. Her eyes are still the same, but she need to get new lenses. So she's in love with these glasses, and I like it on her too. She looks like a new person. A new person, you know what I'm saying? Tuba Queen know how to do it.
The other one, the pink one, he said that I look like an old.
She looked like a granny. Like, get them glasses
And
on.
then that one also is heavy. I hurt my nose.
Yeah, I could see her in pain. Those glasses so heavy, just hurting her nose. So I said, no, you got to get some else. Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Terry Fleming. He said, what's up, Markel? You good, man? You good? Ryan Train, Bobby Murphy. Hey, he said, hey, guys. What up? Thanks, Life. Smooth Terry. Markel. What's up? What's up, Terry Fleming?
What's up?
He said, okay, yeah, he was an explosion in the military, and believe me, the VA checked and double checked my claims. Okay. So he had an explosion. He was an explosion. Okay. So yeah, if you're an explosion, something had to happen, and you were deserving that money. That's why I don't understand why the VA wouldn't give you your claim when you put your claim in. He had to go 10 years, guys, before he got his money. You know, something wasn't right with that, man. You know, Terry Fleming was an explosion, and it was the explosion was documented. You know, it wasn't nothing he made up. It was legit, and the government fought him tooth and nail for 10 years, but he gave the man his money. Come on, Uncle Sam, you can do better than that. Let's go, Ryan Train Smooth, son. He said, I wonder if it's true that some vets are telling, yeah, man, the vets, people tell whatever they want to tell. If that's the story they think you want to hear, and they're going to get some money out of it, they will say it. And it's wrong, you know. I don't want to see nobody defrauding the government or defrauding me. I don't like nobody cheating me or the government, anybody else, you know. So if you know somebody doing that stuff, turn them in. You ain't got to mention your name. Turn them in. Just drop a dime on. Let's go. Murphy Hayes said, wow, glad you survived. Yeah, I am too. He was an explosion, man. You know, something just blew up, and he caught a piece of it. You know, and sometimes he might not have any physical disabilities, but he could be. You know, whenever you're an explosion, that explosion rocks your airways. Sometimes you lose your hearing. Sometimes you get PTSD in your head, in the brain.
Trauma.
Yeah, it gets trauma. You get traumatized. So apparently Terry was traumatized by the explosion. And, you know, sometimes when you're traumatized, you don't even know it. But you have headaches and stuff like that. And so something's wrong. You just think it's a headache. And you take aspirin, but it never goes away. And you just have to deal with it. And then sometimes, sooner or later, you figure out, dog, I was in that explosion. That's what he said. And then you file your paperwork. Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Who? He said, glad you're here, Mr. Fleming. All right. I got all my people in the house. Fleming. He said, I spend the majority of my time. Yeah, man. This is symbolic of many of the veterans that come back from veteran campaigns or their tour of service. They get hurt, and they have to. Whenever you leave the military and go back to civilian life, there is an adjustment period. Some people can adjust fine. Some people have a hard time adjusting. Some people never adjust. And many of the veterans that never adjust, you see them on the street a lot of times, or you see them involved with drugs or illegal activity because they never got adjusted. It is a mental adjustment you have to make when you go from military life to civilian life. It's an emotional adjustment, okay? Emotional, mental, spiritual sometimes, but you have to make the adjustment. If you have family and friends that help you with that, that's even better. But sometimes you just a single person out there by yourself, and everybody think that when you come back from the military, you're supposed to be like your old self again. Not so, because you're carrying a lot of things that they know not of. They haven't seen the things you've seen. They haven't been to the places you've been. They have not been told to do the things you've been told to do. Whether you wanted to do it or not, you got to do it. You have to obey your orders, and people don't understand that. And then when you tell somebody after you get out the military, I don't want to be part, I'm not going to no party, I'm leaving up, then they think you crazy. Well, you crazy? What's wrong with him? You know? And so all of these things, veterans have to deal with on a day in, day out basis when they return from the military life to civilian life. Some of them make the adjustment fine, and some of them don't. I think more don't than do. Okay. And so there's a lot of veterans, like we talked about earlier on the show, that's on the streets just because they couldn't deal with the change. They couldn't deal with going back to civilian life. They got too hung up on the army life or the military life. You know, military life has advantages and it has its disadvantages. One of the advantages of military life is everything is what? Structured for you. Everything is laid out. You know what time you got to get up. You know what time you got to go to your post. You know what time you get up. And you know what your duty is, and you do that day in and day out. That's structured life, and some people can function that way very, very well under structure. They love it, and those people that do usually stay in for life. They call them lifers. But some people just, can't deal with that. You want to get through. I don't want nobody. I used to have people over me that, it's crazy, it's stupid. I knew they were stupid, and they knew they were stupid. But I had to do stupid stuff, and somebody was stupid over me. I didn't like that. Let's go, Ryan Trey. Who we got? Terry Fleming, he said, thanks to the smooth sounds. Good to see you, man. Ryan Trey, who we got? Rich, what's up, man? He said, good morning, Bobby. You doing good? You doing Rich? You doing good? You doing good? So good to see you, Rich. Welcome to the show, man. I ain't seen you in a while. Good to see you back. Ryan Trey, who we got? Smooth sound. He said, Mr. Fleming, you all right, man? Rain Man coming. Rain Man coming. What's up, Rain Man? He said, the government will garnish, they will garnish your wages. They will garnish your house, everything they can to get what you owe them or what they think you owe them. And if you just trying to run from them, you can run everywhere you want to, but you can't. They're gonna find you, track you down some kind of way, shape, or form if they want to. Okay. But so they're gonna get what they think that you owe them. If you have the assets, they will find out your assets and they will freeze them. Like I talked to you earlier to the show, the oligarchs, they have millions of dollars in banks here. And guess what? They frozen. They can't touch it. That's why they're mad with Putin right now, because Putin done got their money all tied up. They can't do nothing. Most of them are like penniless right now. They got nothing because Putin done messed them up in this war. So we have an asset. The government's going to find it out. Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Terry. Tatai. What's up, man? He said, I did all. Okay. You did that too. Okay. When you're a military man, you got to do your stuff. You got to do whatever they tell you to do. And sometimes it don't make sense. The stuff they tell you, it don't make sense, but you got to do it anyway. Following orders, obedience in the military. And some people can't handle that crazy stuff they make you do. But if you can, that's good. But I didn't know that. Terry, he said, Tatai, he said, I did all my medical stuff before I got. Okay. So that's what he's referring to. We talked about it earlier in the show that the day what they're doing with the veterans before you get out. If you know that you have an issue that you acquired doing military service, they will work with you and give you your medical records, copies of it, all the medications, your doctors. If you get one package, as you get an exit interview, they give you all that stuff. So, okay, we know you had this injury. This is the medical records that you show that you got injured while you were in service. And so if you're still having the injury, this will make it easier for you to apply for your VA benefits to help you get some type of compensation for your injury. And that makes sense. They should have been doing that all along. I don't know why they're just now doing it. They should have been doing that from the get-go. And because they didn't do it, there are many veterans that went unattended. There are many veterans that went left with no compensation at all, even though they were totally due it. And there's many veterans right now that were due compensation that never got compensation. That's now 6 feet under because they couldn't get no help from the VA. They couldn't pay for their medical, and they gone because they couldn't get the help they needed. Because the VA didn't make it easy for them to apply. So a lot of things is going on with our veterans. That's why we do this show on Fridays every week to try to bring attention to some of the veterans' needs, concerns, and benefits that they need to be getting. Let's go. Who we got? Terry Fleming. He said, when I got out of the military, he was banged up. A lot of, Terry Fleming had a hard life. Okay. He was in the military. He went through a lot of stuff in the military. As he just told us, he went through an explosion. And he came out okay, but physically, but there was he probably suffered some PTSD, and no telling what else, So he was banged up when he got out, and it took a while. He tried to escape, and what do people do when you try to escape from reality? You try to do some liquor, you drink, you do drugs, anything that's gonna help you get away from the pain in your spirit, the pain in your mind, what you experience and where you are now. There's a difference. You have to do things that will help you do what? Bridge the gap from the pain to the real world where you are now. And so a lot of people turn to drugs. A lot of people turn to sex, food. His thing was drugs, and alcohol. That's what he did. He needed to have something to help him deal with it. And so thank goodness he got away from that. He discovered that wasn't a way, and he turned to the Lord. That's what helped him get through. Ryan Train, who we got? Terry Fleming, he said, the meds the VA fed me for depression, anxiety, left me slobbering, dizzy for years. Believe me, yeah, you got, sometimes there's certain people that need that medication, okay? Apparently, Terry, you were the one that really didn't, but you took it because they gave it to you. And if you had not taken it, they wouldn't have probably helped you at all, so, or given you any kind of attention. But I believe that you should take medication if you prescribe that. They have a very known reason for you doing it. But if somebody just trying to experiment on you, I wouldn't. Me, I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about y'all now. I was like, nah, I don't need this, But if you know, like in my brother's case, I told you my brother had some serious issues after he got out of service, and he was 100% disability. And he was fine. He was 100% good guy, friendly, nice. But when he didn't take his medicine, oh, you would not want to be around him. He was like a maniac. You know what I'm saying? It was night and day. So that was some powerful stuff he was taking. But in his particular case, he needed it, and he needed it. He needed it bad. And so I didn't want to be around him when he wasn't on it. I could tell anybody, my mama, everybody could tell when he wasn't on it, He was acting crazy. But when he was on it, he was just like his normal self. So sometimes it's needed, but in your case, you didn't need it. Let's go. Terry, he said drugs and alcohol. Yeah, that's what Terry turned to as he got out of the military to try to help him discover, readjust to civilian life. And, some people turn to the Lord. Some people turn to, they have a new friend, a new woman, and somebody to help them adjust. Some family, Terry turned to drugs and alcohol, because that was easy for him to get hold to. And he could self-medicate, as he indicated earlier. That's what caused him to relax and feel okay. But he knew that was a slippery slope. He was going downhill, and eventually he got up out for that stuff. Let's go, Roger. Who we got? Terry said, whatever, man. I did it, man. I know. Whatever you want. Feeling a lot of pain and you can't deal with the pain, you find ways to hide the pain, to ease the pain, and to make your life easier. And alcohol and drugs are the easy way to do that, easy way out. And when you're under extreme pain, depression, you take the easiest way out. A lot of people do crazy stuff. They take their own self out, but you do stuff to hide the pain, to make you feel like you can deal and see a different way. Let's go, Ron J. Who we got? Terry, he said most veterans end up, a lot of them do. A lot of them end up homeless, on drugs, or in jail. Some of them even 6 feet under because they couldn't deal with the pressure. They couldn't deal with the pain. They couldn't deal with the adjustment period that they needed to make that adjustment. And a lot of this is a new phenomenon going on right now, Terry. A lot of the military people, since the pandemic started, are taking their lives right in the military, committing suicide, because they're having a hard time adjusting to military life, and the pandemic made it even worse. Suicide rate went up in the military big time since the pandemic. Let's go, Ron James. Who we got? Terry Fleming. He said I had to touch bottom in order. Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to go to the bottom, and then because you can't go nowhere else. You just reach rock bottom, and you throw your hands up and say, "Sit, man. I'm tired of this." You get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you get sick and tired of being in pain. You get sick and tired of taking drugs and alcohol. You see, gotta be a way out. I gotta do something different. And he made the right decision. He put that stuff down and he picked up the Lord, and the Lord helped him through it. Let's go, Ryan Trey. Who we got? Terry Fleming. He said, now they give the veterans 2 years. Okay, I don't know about that. We talked about that earlier. Let's go, Ryan Trey. Who we got? They gave Terry Fleming. He said, they gave me. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Terry Fleming. They give the new veterans 2 years to put in. Okay, I understand. So he give the new veterans 2 years for them to put in benefits, and they would get honor and PTSD. Okay. All right. Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Smooth Sounds. He said, there's a vet in here in Tampa, but it's a woman Gulf War vet. She sells bottled water on the street corner. Ooh. It's bad. That's bad. That's bad. And that's all she do for her life is sell bottled water. That's what the people do out in the Philippines to make a living. A lot of people get out here in that big old sun. It's really hot out there. And that's all they do all day long. Put a bottle of water on their shoulder. Candies, cigarettes. When you park your car at a stoplight, they run up on your car. Water? And they say, so they make a living, man. That's just,
sometimes fruits.
Yeah, fruits. That's a tough way to make a living, man. I hope she can find something better than that. Let's go. Ryan Train.
Terry Fleming, I heard Queen Angel in the background. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, she's here today. She feeling all right today, guys. She got on a new pair of glasses, and she feels like a brand new woman. There's a brand new tuba queen in the house, y'all. Let's go, Ryan Chain. Murphy, hey, he said it's the woman who decides if you're even in a relationship. A lot of times the woman make that determination. You ain't gonna, she don't care what you say. It's what she say that counts. He said, well, she said, well, you my man. You said, what? See, you heard me, John. You my man. What you mean I'm your man? You heard me. I don't want you to deal with no other woman. I'm your woman and you my man. You better understand that. No, wait, hold up. You got me wrong, sister. Just as a date. I'm just dating you. You said, this ain't no date. I done gave you all my goodies. You talk about dating me? Now. You mine. And I'm yours. And you better get that in your head. That sound familiar, guys? I know it do. It happens all the time, especially with African American women. And if they want you, you theirs, whether you want them or not. And if you don't spend time with them, you know what they do? Guess what they do? That's part of it. They stalk you. Yeah, on social media. And sometimes they come outside your house. And they roll up the windows all in the dark, film on. You can't see what it is. They with the little scope trying to see what you're doing. I mean, they do that, man. But you're right. Women have a different idea of what a relationship is. And to women, if you dated a woman 2-3 times consistently, and you chit chat, that in her mind, if she's not dating other people, in her mind, you are hers. Whether you in your mind that's the way it is or not. That's how women do. Women have a very strong feeling of attachment. They get attached and they have this feeling of they want to start a household and they want you to be their man. And a lot of men, we have this thing about non-attachment, especially younger guys. They don't want to be attached to nobody and no thing. If they take you out, it's just a date. That's all it is in their minds. And so, but in the women, and especially in Filipinos, you take them out, that means you like them, you want to start a life with them, you want to start a family with them. The next day they want you to go home, see mama and papa, and then they're going to say, I do. I say it's a big difference, man. It's a huge difference. Y'all don't really understand. Women take dating and relationships very, very seriously, more seriously than a man does. Let's go, Ryan Terry Fleming. I've seen this young veterans who spent 90 days in a war zone and they got 100% for the rest of their lives. It wasn't that way for many of the military veterans. Okay, 90 days in a war zone, and could be because he got PTSD. You know, he may have seen something that no man should see, and it changed their lives. So yeah, I can see where people could get 100% disability in 90 days, and then it's possible a lot of them may have lost a limb or something. You know, you lose a limb in the military, you should get 100%. Even if you lose a finger or something, 100%. That's something. That's a part of you gone because you were serving your country. You know, but he said the West. It wasn't that way for many other veterans. It probably wasn't that way back in the day because taking care of the veterans in the earlier days of this country's nations wasn't a big thing. They didn't prioritize it. You know, you came back home from World War I. You were just coming back home. That's it. You did your duty. Now you back home. That's it. Ain't nothing else for you. Same thing they did in World War II. And then I don't know, one of those presidents started the GI Bill. And that's when they started taking care of veterans. And it got better and better every year. It still needs to get better than what it is. I think one of the main problems with the VA guys is that they don't reach out enough to those veterans that deserve it. Like the veterans we mentioned earlier that are on the street corners selling water and all that kind. Those people deserve some kind of help. Okay. And you said, well, they didn't get injured. No, they're not. They may have not get physically injured, but they got a mental condition. It's causing that. And so it is up to the Veterans Administration to determine what can we do to help this person. They should have a unit that goes out and seeks out people like that need help and don't know how to get it, don't know how to ask for it. Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Murphy. Hey, he said, I prefer the exclusive dating. It's much simpler. At least it is for me. Okay, so he sees the one man. He's the one woman kind of man. He only want one at a time. Don't give me 2. Don't give me 3. Give me 1 at a time. Exclusively. When I date you, I'm gonna be exclusively with you. Now here's the problem. You may be exclusively dating her, but she may not be exclusively dating you. She could be lying to you and she have two on the side and you only got her. You know, that happens a lot, you know, especially when you're dealing with Filipinos, because there's a lot of them are scammers. You know, you got her on, you in love with her, you really want to date her, whatever. And then she said she got you all fooled up like you're the only one. And it's like 10 of y'all, 10 of you, 10 other guys, and she pulling money from them every month, you know? So it's a big business out here, man. And so be careful when you get online and you start dating these women. Don't jump in the infatuation with I love you. Don't ever say those words unless you really mean it to a Filipino. Because once you say those words, I love you, you are locked in. They gonna lock you into those words. And when you say I love you, the next thing they want you to do, when we gonna get married? We want you to say I do. I do. You know, they want the words, they want the marriage, they want the ring. Let's go. Terry, he said, love is complicated, makes life comfortable, and women will misconstrue that for love. Sex is another thing that can be mistaken for love. Yeah, deep emotion. Yeah. A lot of women, if you rub up on them and you kiss them a few times, that's love. That could be honest, very few people, some women never get touched like that. You know, there's some people are shy. Some women are shy. They never know how to reach out to a man. So whenever a man reaches out and hugs them and gives them a feeling of warmth and caring and sharing, that makes them feel wanted. And when you make that woman feel wanted, she wants you. Because very few people make a woman feel wanted like she want to feel. You want to feel, you know. And so when they have that, they feel something special in you. They're going for you, man. Woman is territorial. Women are more territorial as it relates to relationships and dating than men are. Once a woman says she carves you out as hers, only hers, no other women better not come against that, or she gonna go for their juggling. You know what I'm saying? That's how women are. They're very serious as it pertains to relationship with men. But most men don't get as serious as the woman will get. Men, we usually will play around and we will date them like that, see what they're about before we get into it. But women, 1 or 2 dates, that's all it takes for them. Or sometimes it's the first date, and they know that's what they want. They want you. You know? So it's very much more different for a woman to discern whether they're dating or whether they have a relationship versus for a man. We have a tendency to play more as it pertains to dating and relationship versus a woman. They're very serious about it. Let's go. Smooth, he said, I dated many women where there was kissing and hugs. Okay. Yeah, you know, you can date and kiss and hug. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you both agree upon doing, right? You know, first dates. I have on my first, I was like this, man. On the first date, I don't play that, you know, let's go to bed. I don't play that, you know. But on the first date, to me, it's like I just want to see how she is. Let's get to know her. Let's go out to dinner. Usually I would take somebody out to dinner or a movie, first date. Okay, and that way after the movie we go to dinner, go someplace to sit down, drink coffee with her talk, so I can get to know her. But it wouldn't be no slam bam thinking, man, nah, I don't play that. I'm not that kind of guy. I mean, I hope she's not that kind of woman. You know? But that's what you want to do. Give yourself time to understand this person's mind. You want to deal with a woman, ladies and gentlemen. When you're dealing with a woman out there, always examine her mentality. Did you hear me? Always examine her mentality, her mind. Okay, how she thinks, what she's thinking about. Okay, especially if you're dating that woman for the purposes of trying to find a life partner. Okay, and that's what dating should be for. People don't use it like that, but dating should be used for the purposes of finding a life partner, whether it's a wife or a living partner. You're dating, you're trying to go out there to find out someone that could cohabit with you, that dwell with you, that would be compatible to you in most ways. And that's what dating should be for. And now some people don't use dating for that. They use dating to find the next victim. Mm-hmm. Next victim in the bedroom, slam bam, thank you, man. And then they take their little belt, put a notch on their belt. I got me another one bit to dust. You know, a lot of guys like that. You know? And you know, I'm not trying to judge anyone. I'm not trying to condemn anyone, but I'm just trying to bring it to you that Men look at dating differently, and women do as well. Okay, so whenever you date, word to the wise, gentlemen, always try to date with the purposes of cohabitating with someone that you would consider maybe having your children. Does she look like somebody that I would want to have my children to be, does she look like the kind of person, she behave that way? Or she just a floozy? She just driving it like it's hot. Is that what she doing? And you see that, and it depends on what you want. Some guys like the women to drop it like it's hot. They wouldn't have nobody else. And then some others don't like that. So everything is relevant to your situation. Okay. Ryan Train, BobbieD, Liife, One Nation, under the group, One Love. Terry Fleming, he says, a woman that is committed to me. If a woman is committed to me and our relationship, then I won't ask her to love me. Be faithful and be honest is all I ask. Okay. So let me read that again. He said, if a woman is committed to him, okay, that means she wants you and nobody else. She's committed to be with you. Okay, got it. Now, and our relationship's committed to you and your relationship going up. I got that. Okay. Then I won't ask her to love me. Be faithful and honest. Okay, so he doesn't care. He does not concerned whether his woman loves him. Only thing his concern is she committed to him? So commitment to Terry Fleming is more powerful than love. Is it possible that commitment could be more powerful and stronger than love? Think about it. When you love someone, then you make a commitment to them. So Terry says, I'm going to bypass the love because I believe commitment is more powerful than love. That's what he's saying. Just read the statement. And could it be, ladies and gentlemen, that commitment more powerful than love? Now, I always thought that love, when you love somebody, you will commit to them, right? Real love entails commitment. So Terry Fleming said, I ain't got to worry about your love, my dear. You just commit to me. That's all I need. Because I understand that when you commit to me, your love is tied up into that commitment. Okay? So that's what he's saying. He's saying, I'm going to bypass the whole love scene. It don't mean nothing to me. Her commitment is all I need.
Commitment first before until they develop each other. Commitment first before.
Okay, Lisa D said commitment should be first. And that's what Terry Fleming is saying. He said he wanted commitment. But Lisa D saying commitment before love. And because you're committing to that one to learn if you will develop love. That's what she's saying. So I don't know, man. This is how I look at it. Before I say I love you, I need to know you love me. I need to feel you love me. I'm not going to tell you I love you and I don't feel you love me. I don't feel it's mutual. Even if I love you and I know I love you. If I don't see any love from you coming towards me, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to hold back. Because love to me is the most important key. Love means that you will commit to that person. You will be with that person through thick and thin. You will give yourself to that person. You will help that person. You will share. You will care. You will do everything you can to be in that person's life and to help assist that person. That's what love is. Terry Fleming said, I don't care about the love that much because I believe commitment is more stronger than love. That's what he's saying. And some people believe that. To me, they're very closely associated. Commitment has to, when you love somebody, you have to have some form of commitment. Okay. And when you are committed to somebody, okay, now this is the difference. When you love somebody, you have to have some form of commitment. But when you're committed to somebody, you don't have to have some form of love. Serious. If I commit to you, that means I'm going to help you, whatever. But I don't have to love you. Do I? Is it required that I love you when I commit to you? No. Can you find a law that says if you commit to somebody, you must love them? There's no law. There's no rule about that. Okay. So I don't have to love you. Terry said, you don't have to love me. Just commit to me. And I take the commitment over the love any day. Some people are like that. Me, I need both. I want your love and your commitment. And that's the best way it should be. You need to have both. Okay. I want both. And she should want both of you. You both should want the same things. You have to be mutually agreeable to the same things in order for your relationship or dating to turn into relationship, and the relationship to turn into something better and stronger in life. Okay, which is engagement, marriage. Because if you don't, it's just like dating. Who cares? You have no commitment, you have no love, just one night, one date. So I believe that most men and women are looking for a partner in life, whether it's marriage or engaged or living. Most men and women want somebody that they can commit to, that can commit to them, and eventually love them as well. Okay, that's what That's what the purpose of being alive in this world is: to find someone that you can care with, share with, and spend a reasonable part of your life with, and building something that you want to build together. That's what it's all about. Let's go, Ryan Train, Bobby Lee, one nation, under one love. To every place, just be faithful, rather. Okay. So you want somebody to commit to him and be faithful. Okay. If you come to the Philippines, you won't find that. That won't be hard to find. There's a lot of good women out here that all they want is a good man. They don't want nothing else but a good man. They don't care if you're short, tall, black, white, blue, brown, fat. They don't care. Skinny. They don't care. As long as you taking care of them, meeting their needs, they will give you 110% of themselves. And you'll find it, but it takes time. And it takes your commitment and your being faithful to look for that kind of person. So, yeah, they out there, man. Let's go, Ron Chain. Who we got? And I messed up, y'all. Hold on. All right, we got Murphy. He said it takes time and communication to find out what kind of relationship you're in. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight to know. You could have a couple of dates, right? And y'all just kicking it together, chit chat, and you think she's nice, she thinks you were nice, but there's no chemistry yet. But as you continue to chit chat, talk, and converse between each other, your faithfulness grows, your fondness grows, and your fondness gets stronger and stronger and stronger until it develops into a love. Okay, and so it doesn't happen like that. Some people say it's happened, love at first sight. They believe in that stuff. I don't. It could happen, but I don't think that happens all the time. Very seldom. But so love at first sight is not something that happens all the time. But love at a continual sight, continual association, continual dating, continual relationship, that happens, and you get stronger and stronger until you have a very strong bond, and you want to be around that person a lot. You want to be around them all the time. They want to be around you. That's what the ultimate relationship is: to find somebody that you're compatible with, that you don't mind hanging around them 24/7, 365. And so, because, me and Lisa together all the time, 24/7, 365. And I knew years ago that she would be the kind of person that I could deal with. You know how I found that out? By conversing with her back and forth. We talk sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, or on video chats, And so, man, I can't wait to get with her, because I knew she made me happy. We both made each other happy by our conversations on the phone. And I found out that we were compatible. I would yearn couldn't wait to talk to her, And she'd be the same way with me, So we're living out our dating relationship. We're living out all the things we did before led up to where we are now. And that's what you have. Your love gets stronger, and your dating gets stronger. Your love, and you're going to turn it to a relationship. Your relationship gets stronger, and you get stronger every day. Let's go, Roger. Who we got? Terry Fleming. He said, arranged marriages are still practiced all over the world, and they work sometimes better than love. Yeah, I agree with you. I've had quite a few Indian friends who I've worked with, and the ones that I've worked with, they all had arranged marriages. And what do you mean arranged marriage? Arranged marriages. That means that mom and pop found somebody, a girl, a woman, that they wanted them to marry. And a lot of them get married like as soon as they turn 18, because the mom and pop have agreed with another family member, other family peoples out there that they think that their daughter or their son will be compatible with their daughter and son. And that's how they do in India. And I asked her about it. I said, "Do you love him? Did you love him when you got married?" She said, "No." I said, "Why'd you do it?" That's how they do it in India. We respect our parents, and they know more than we. We just accept it. She said, but nowadays they're not accepting that. Most of the younger people are not doing arranged marriage. But I said, "Did it work out for you?" She said, "Works fine." They have 3 kids. They didn't love each other when they got married. They just got married, and they learned to love each other. So I don't know. I don't know if I could deal with arranged marriage or not, but most of the arranged marriage I found out in India, at least in India, they usually work. Let's go round train about the DC One Nation under Groove One Love. Terry Murphy, he said, I don't know about that too, Terry. He said, I don't know about the arranged marriage stuff. But Indians I met, at least I've never met anybody else that was an arranged marriage, but the Indians that I used to work with, they was all right with it, you know. They was all right with it. And when they get an arranged marriage in India, they know what the woman's role is already, and they will know what the man's role is already. And a lot of times the parents arrange the marriage so that the daughter or the guy go into some family that has money, more money than they have, you know. That's how they do it out there. Let's go round train, Bobby Lee, One Nation. Who we got? Terry Flynn, he said, it's true. Yeah, they do that. Arranged marriages. Many countries have arranged marriages all over the world. The United States, well, I think the closest thing to an arranged marriage in the United States would be a bride, a mail order bride. Yeah, mail order bride. You remember that back in the day? That was popular back in the day. If a man wanted a woman, he would go online, and then the women would advertise in these magazines or papers that I'm ready to come to the USA, and I'm just looking for my husband, the perfect match. And then he would respond, and then he would say, okay, I want to marry you. And then he would get him to the USA, and they would marry him. You know, give him some money, whatever. That's call it mail order bride. Sometimes would they have to pay? They would be in these magazines and stuff, and they would have to pay for the rights to get them over. But then there's another thing called matchmaking. I don't know what a matchmaker is. A matchmaker, and there's matchmakers out here in the Philippines right now. A matchmaker is a person that they'll run a business. Some of them run a business, or just somebody that's like to do it for doing it. And they'll have a list of guys, a list of girls, and you come to them and say, I'm looking for somebody that's, I don't want to go in a dating scene. I'm not like that. I don't want to do all that. I want somebody that's similar to me, compatible with me, that you believe we will make a good couple. And the matchmaker goes through her files, her listings, and she looks at the pictures, and she looks at the profiles of the ladies, and she matches it up. Say, okay, I got this lady named Angela. She likes the same things you do. She's about 5'5". She's cute as she can be. And I put your pictures, look like you're gonna make a perfect match. I want you to date her. And he go date her. And if he likes her, they make it strong. If he don't, he said, no, I don't like her. Give me somebody else. And she keep going down her list. So matchmakers happen a lot of times. And believe it or not, the matchmaking has a very successful rate of success of a matchup rate. In matchmaking. Let's go round check. We got Smooth. He said, Lisa D is Brad. Lisa D, she's sleeping. She don't went to sleep. She over there. But she heard you say that, she would get back with you. Let's go round check. We got Murphy. He said, hey Terry, but I'm glad that they don't practice that in the US in the ISA anymore. Yeah, they practice that in India. They're still doing it. They don't do it as much. And a lot of the Asian countries do that. And a lot of Arab countries do it too. Arabian countries, they do it. But I don't know. I think that in order for you to hook up with somebody and you're devoting the rest of your life with them, you need to make the decision. Don't put it in somebody else's hands, because even though a lot of the matchmaking and the arranged marriages are good, there are many of them that are terrible. Because a lot of times they'll get in some of these countries, they'll get an 80-year-old man and get him matched up with a 16-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Arrange it with a 16-year-old just because they want the money from the dowry that man would pay for that girl. You know what I'm saying? That's a suicide marriage. That's a suicide arrangement. Let's go. Murphy, hey, he said, I got you, man. I got you. Ron Train Bobby, who we got? Terry Fleming, he said, very few marriages in America works for the long haul, Sir Murphy. Here, women will leave you if you look at them wrong. Yeah, man. The divorce rate in marriage is very, very high. There's like 60% of the people that marry right now in the USA will not stay long together. 60% of them will be divorced within a year or so, maybe 2 or 3 years. So you got to figure out why is that? Why is the divorce rate so high? Yeah? Is it because people don't understand what they're getting into? Is it because people don't really love each other? They just do it. They think that love is sex and sex is love. There's a lot of reasons for that. Yeah. But when you marry, you have understanding what you're getting into. That's why it takes time. When you're dating someone, just don't date them 1 week and say, well, we're gonna get married. Nah, it's crazy, man. It's ludicrous. Date them with the intentions of understanding and learning them. Once you've dated them long enough and you become understanding how they are and you feel comfortable with them and you have developed a fondness for them, then you start getting into the relationship side. Say, look, we've been dating for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 6 months. I want you to be exclusively mine. What you mean? You heard me. I want you for me. I don't want you to be dating nobody else. I want you to see nobody else. I want you to talk to nobody else. Can we agree on that? And I won't do this. I won't talk to nobody else. Can we agree on that? Okay. And then that's how you get stronger. You agree to become a relationship. You become a couple. And as you continue to date each other in your relationship begins to grow stronger and stronger and stronger. And then you begin to feel that, hey, I don't want nobody else. I want to be with this lady all my time. I want to be with 24/7. That's when you take it to the next level, which is engagement and marriage. Some of y'all never get marriage is a dirty word to a lot of people. They rather live in, Well, anyway, whatever floats your boat. Let's go. Murphy, he said, I wonder if I can get VA benefits for a bad marriage. That he stored it in my face. Yeah, I love that, man. That's too volatile. They can't handle that. No, man, bad marriage. If that was the case, VA would be flooded. But that's a good question, though. I wonder what the divorce rate for veterans or returning veterans, from coming from military life to civilian life. I wonder I bet it's a high divorce rate. I bet. Because once you've been exposed to military life and then you come out, you try to find somebody, you still, even though you're out of the military, right? The military is still in you. And the longer you have been in the military, right? The longer the military will be in you. Whether you're in the military physically in service or whether you're out as civilian, that military mentality is still there. You think I'm playing with you? Murphy, you still got a military mentality. Mark Hell, me, because it's hard to get it out. Once they got that discipline in you, you're going to be that way for a while. All right, so you have to find somebody that will deal with you with your mentality, because most guys have been in the military. I said most guys, not all of them, have a disciplined mind, have a disciplined lifestyle. They want to get up a certain time, and they usually want to be on time for stuff, and they want everything exact like it's supposed to be. And that's usually a disciplined person, and military life makes you disciplined like that. So it takes a lot to find them for a woman to be hooked up with a disciplined guy like that, because most women, I'll be honest with you, most women are not disciplined. I'm just regular women are not disciplined. And what happens is, because they know they're not disciplined, most women that are not disciplined will seek out a disciplined man that can handle it. That's why you hear what I want to say, you can't handle me, because they know you ain't about nothing. Women want somebody that they can perceive that is strong. Okay, that's able to deal with their every issues, and that they can do what? Submit to. That's what real women, real good women want, is a man that can take care of them and be a man over them. They don't want a man that they have to wind up wearing the pants, be the man over them. They don't want that. That's the worst thing you could do, because they will call you all kind of names. You won't be nothing when they're through with you. So women want a man, the strongest woman out there that she really in her heart of hearts wants a man that she can submit to. And a lot of them never find that. That's why a lot of women never get married. They just prefer to go one date to another, have sex when that's it, because they'll tell you quick, ain't no man out there can handle me, because they never have met a real man in their life. I'm talking about a real man that know how to control a woman without slapping her, cussing her out, calling the B word, all that. Oh, man, no real man need to do that. If you have to do that to your woman, you're not a real man. You got to beat her to control her. You got to slap her. You got to cuss her out, call her the N word, the B word. You're not a real man. I don't have to do that to Lisa D or any other woman I've ever had. I talk to them with sense. Let's look. Let's just talk about this. I asked them what they did, why they did it, and we come down. I said, don't do it again. If you do it again, it's gonna be some consequences. That's how you do. That's how you explain people. And then when they do it again, you follow through with what you said you was going to do. That's being leadership. That's being a leader. That's being a real man. Let's go around train about, and women will respect a real man, no matter what the situation is. Let's go. Murphy, he said, that's true, Terry. Got you, man. Got you. Let's go around train Bobby. Who we got? Terry, he said, Sir Murphy, that is one of the symptoms of veterans having issues. Yeah. Many veterans have many different issues. Murphy Hayes, he said, yeah, man, thumbs up to you. Everybody hit the like button from one time. 1, 2, 3. Chit-cha-pah, 1, 2, 3. Chit-cha. Can you hit the like button, please? Come on, man. Don't take but a second. Let's hit that like button. Round train. Murphy Hayes, he said, it left me mangled for a split second. Yeah. Whenever you have a breakup, and I'm gonna be talking about breaking up tomorrow. I got subject with breakup, how to deal with it. It can be very debilitating. Okay, when I say debilitating, it could hurt you, it could hinder you, it could hold you back. Okay, the 3 H's: hurt, hinder, and hold back. That's what happens when you get a breakup. That's if you are fully invested in that woman. Okay, it's going to hurt you, it's going to hinder you, it's going to hold you back. Every time you break up with a woman you have invested in. If you haven't put no time in her, you haven't put no love in her, you haven't put no money in her, you're not gonna be bothered. It's not gonna do anything to you. But if you've invested in that woman, your time, your energy, your money, your love, your patience, everything, it's gonna hurt you, it's gonna hinder you, it's gonna hold you back just for a little while. And it's up to you, my guys, to have the strength, the stamina, the energy to pull yourself through. And a lot of guys never pull through. They're always missing that same person. And they start stalking them and all kinds. That's where the crazy starts, Start stalking. I can't do no with that. And it goes downhill, spiraling cycle of doom and doubt. Let's go around train Bobby Lee, One Nation, under group. Murphy, he said, some of my sergeants, and that I should some of my sergeants and that I should win in Germany had serious mental. Some of the sergeants in Germany had serious mental issues. They would go off at the slightest sound, like backfiring a car or ear siren. Yeah, because they probably went through that stuff during the war and stuff. That stuff will get to you, man. You'd be surprised once you see that stuff in battle, or you've been through some stuff like that. You don't have to be in battle. You could have just been through a volatile childhood. And you saw your dad just beat your mom, or you saw somebody beat somebody. All that stuff stuck in the back of your mind. And so when you see somebody else beat somebody else, you be like, all it comes right back to you. It's like you was reliving it over and over again. So it happens to all of us. We all have those moments. Haven't you had a moment where you saw something or you heard something and just brought back a memory? I know I have. And that's just being a human being. The thing is, though, even though the memory comes back, you have to learn how to deal with that memory and control the memory, and do not let the memory control you. That's what a lot of veterans run into problem. They let the memories of the battle, they let the memories of the injury, they let the memory of the wound, of the explosion, or whatever caused them to go back, come back to them and control them. Okay? So be in control of all your situations as much as you can. Murphy, hey, he excuse my issues with my phone, guys. Okay, no problem, man. Got you, man. So I got Murphy Hayes replacing it soon. Okay. Ty, he said, I agree, man. I agree with that, man. I got you, man, on that. Ty, agree. I got you, man. Ron J, who we got? Smooth. He said, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed the new the GI Bill. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The GI Bill. Once they found out that these guys was crazy and doing crazy stuff and needed help, he signed that GI Bill. And that's when the veterans started being helped. Okay. At least they started something. They didn't do everything they needed then, but at least that's when it got started, and veterans started being recognized that they were people that needed help for the purposes of, because they served their country and they came back all shot up and wounded up and had mental issues. So Roosevelt signed that bill in effect, and a lot of veterans benefited by it. And the GI Bill has become more evolved than it was when it initially started out. Ryan Train, who we got? Murphy Hayes, he said, I don't totally trust anyone. I got you, man. No, I mean, that's life, you know. I trust the Lord. The Bible says trust the Lord. That's it. You know, I trust God. I trust people, certain people I trust more than others. I tell you that. I trust Lisa D. I trust her as much as I can see her. Nah, 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 but I trust her more than a lot of other people in my life, or other people around me, because I know she knows me, and she knows what I go for, what I won't go for, and I know there's certain things I don't trust her with, and there's certain things she don't trust me with. So, but trust overall, we trust each other. But yeah, you have to be very careful who you trust in this world, but always trust in the Lord, and the Lord will guide you and gear you and show you the people that He wants you to be fully invested in and fully trusted with. Let's go, Ryan Train, BobbieD, DC, One Nation, Under Groove, One Love. Smooth sounds. He said, even though the GI Bill was signed in 1944, it did not become popular until the 1970s. Okay, because nobody didn't know about it, and they didn't promote the programs. You know, only a few people. You know, not a whole lot of people knew about it, because people, when they came from the war, traditionally, when you came from the war, you was on your own. You had to pick up the pieces and start your life all over again. Yeah, and it was hard. Let's go around and BobbieD. Who we got? Terry Fleming. You just think a young man or woman 18 to maybe 21 getting 100% for the better part of the next 50 years will soon bankrupt. Let it bankrupt it then. That's all I say. They deserve that money. If they went to the war and got all messed up and they 20 years old and they came home and they got this 100% disability, so what? Let the government pay. Okay? They need to pay. The guy put his life on the line, and some of them that went to the war and never came back. You know, and they ain't got nothing. Their family got nothing to show for it but a little death, death insurance. That's it. Yeah. So if a man got messed up in the war, a woman got messed up in the war, and they came home and they're 20 years old and they get 100% disability, so what? Let the government need to pay it. And they ain't gonna bankrupt the benefit. Just like they see these talking about Social Security gonna be gone. Social Security ain't going nowhere. They ain't crazy. There's too many people on it. It's like there's too many veterans out here, but let the VA slide. Now the government gonna put money right back to where it belongs. You know, I don't care. And people talk about certain president get in office, they're gonna cut Social Security out. That's a big lie. There'll be a revolution. Man. There's too many people on Social Security. You know, that's all they got. You know. So, and so many veterans out there that need that. I'm talking about legitimate people that are on disability that need that check every month. You talk about they're gonna bankrupt. Let them go bankrupt. They better find some money for that for those programs. Let's go. Ryan Train, BobbieD, DC, One Nation, a Group, One Mother, One Love. Murphy Hayes, he said, I learned a lot during my marriage. I was green, and that wasn't reliable. Yeah. Whenever you get married, you have to go through some changes. You have to learn how to live with one person exclusively for long periods of time, and that's something that most people don't know how to do. You don't have to live with some person of the opposite sex for a long period of time, and you got to learn. It teaches you about how women are. It taught me, you know. It taught me. I learned a lot of lessons, you know. And if you invest time in your partner, you're going to learn a lot of lessons about marriage and about that partner. She's going to learn about you too, and then you both grow up together, learning things about each other. And in one day, you find out that you don't need to be together no more because people do what? Change. That's one thing. That should be the biggest lesson anybody that's been through a divorce should remember. People change, and you have to adjust yourself to the people that change. Whenever two people in a relationship do not adjust themselves accordingly to the changes in their lives, there will be a breakup, and there will be a shakeup, and there will be a take up. They'll be getting out that situation. Ryan Train, BobbieD, who we got? Terry Fleming, he said, the thing about love is that it harbors deep emotions that is or can be problem. Love will make you leave the best thing you ever had. Love will make you make decisions that are badly thought of. Yeah, because you hurry. You make the decisions in an emotional manner a lot of times. And when you make critical decisions emotionally, they usually turn out to be bad. Okay. So that's why I said whenever you got to make a crucial decision, a big decision, take your emotions out of it. And how do you take your emotions out of it? You get you a piece of paper and a pencil, and you write down the pros, you write down the cons, you write down what the advantages, you write down the disadvantages, and then you read them both and find out what's the best situation, both out of all of these scenarios. What is the best advantage? What's the best pro for me in the situation? And that's what you go. You take your emotions out of it. When you leave your emotions in, it could be a very bad situation. You make a decision, and you usually, I don't know about y'all, but when I deal with something emotionally, I wind up regretting the decision. I usually wind up regretting decisions I made. So decision making should be done in a logical, meaningful, thoughtful manner that can look at the big picture versus your emotional picture. Let's go around chain, BobbieD. Who we got? Murphy, he said, it takes more than a year for me to decide whether or not I love them or they love me. It takes time to communication and awareness. You need to pay attention how the person feels. Yeah, it takes a lot of time, man. You can't just know somebody in one day and unless you believe in that love at first sight stuff. I mean, I'm telling you this. I think it's possible, but I doubt that happens on a regular basis. Love at first sight. So I believe that two people, once they meet, they need to take the time, make the time, shake the time, break the time to sit down, learn each other, whether it's communicating over the phone every day, whether it's going out on a date once a week, whether it's talking on the phone, on a video chat line every day, seeing each other, day in, day out. It takes time, and you have to put the time in to make that dating turn into a relationship, and that relationship turn into love, and that love turn into wherever else you want to take it. It takes time, and if you don't put the time in, you don't get nothing out of that. Nothing but maybe a slam bam, thank you, ma'am, and anybody can do that. Yeah, as you grow older in this world, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna find out that slam bam, thank you, ma'am, is good when it is, but it's just a feeling. That's it. You want something that's gonna last more than just a few minutes. You want something that somebody gonna be there because you're gonna come a time when that slam bam thank you man ain't gonna mean nothing to you. So you want something somebody that can do something other than the slam bam thank you man. You want somebody who can talk to you and be there with you, give you suggestions, help you when you need help, and you want to do the same for it. So it's more meaningful is what you're looking for in as far as relationship. Dating is just dating, chit chat. Ryan Train, who we got? 007, what's up, man? Just give me a minute. Getting a little dry. Okay, he said, what's up, BobbieD? More blessings, much love. Thank you so much, my brother from another mother. 007 running coming to us from Cali, man. It's okay in Cali. I know it is, man. Who else out in Cali? Michael Coffee, need some coffee. Where he at? He's from Cali too. Let's go around here. Who we got? 007. He said, how y'all living? Murphy and Hayes and Terry Fleming. Toot. We living good, man. We living large, you know what I'm saying? In charge. Right, Jay, who we got? Murphy, hey, he said, hello, what a Bond. You all right, man? Good to see you. Hope you are as well. Ryan Chain, BobbieD, DC, James Bond, living large, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping the faith, too. Let's go, Ryan Chain, who we got? Murphy, hey, he said, yeah, Bob, I still got the military mentality. Even when I get a haircut, I look military. You're just a disciplined individual. And when you get that military life in you, it's hard. You can't get it out. That's hard. It's hard, man. You because it's so you get it drilled in you, instilled in you, and you learn it. If you don't learn, if you're in the military and you don't learn to live a military life, you're gonna get kicked out. Because you got to be disciplined. Because you can't follow orders. What they need you in there for? So you learn it, it becomes a part of your lifestyle. So if you've been in the military 2-3 years, 6 months, whatever, that drilling they put in you stays in you. Okay. Especially if you're younger. The younger you are, the harder it is to get it out. You beat it. But my dad was in the military for 20 years. And when he came out, that's how he was disciplined, same way he was in there. Huh? It never left him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Military is good as far as discipline, responsibility, and accountability. Those things that the military life trains and teaches in every individual that goes there. Now, whether you learn it or not depends on you. Because a lot of people they get in this and they act a fool and they get kicked out. Let's go. Who we got? Terry Fleming. He says, Sir Bond, I'm living 007 T-top tall, and I'm 2 and at 2. In it to win it. Excuse me. James Bond, he said, I know that's right. My brother, keep doing it big, Terry Fleming. That's right. Ride that horse, man. Don't get off. Let's go. James Bond, he said, I'm going to spell your name right as soon as I get GED, Terry Fleming. GED, hey, man. We got that. Ron Chain, who we got? Murphy, hey, what's up? Ron Chain, smooth. He said, only my daughter know 1,000% of my life. It's okay, man. You know, whenever you have a circle of friends, whether it's small or large, it's okay. Whatever keeps you happy and keeps you secure, and the fact that you are you, and that you can reach out to certain individuals, that's fine. Whether you have a small circle of friends or large, the smaller your circle of friends, that means the more secure you are. The larger your circle of friends means the more insecure you are, because you got to have a lot of people, and then usually if you have a large circle of friends, that means you have to get validated by those people. That's why you got a large circle. You have to get their validation to do anything. If you have a small circle, you don't need their validation for you to live your life. Let's go, Ryan Chain, Bobby Lee, One Nation. James Bond, he said, with relationships, sometimes you just have to persist until you find the right one, baby. There's billions of women in this world. I try to live in an abundance mindset. She's out there. Yeah, man, that's only what it is. You know, you can live in a lack mindset, but you won't get nothing that way because you always ain't got nothing. You know, I ain't got nothing. And you keep living like that, you won't have nothing. You got to recognize that this is the abundance world. Anything you want, you can get. Anything you need, you can get. If you put your mind to it and put some elbow grease on it, it's there and it's waiting for you. But you got to get up and do something. The Bible says faith without works is what? Dead. Okay, let's go, Ron Chain. Who we got? That's it. All right, guys, it's been real. We got to go. Everybody knows that. We got to go. All right, we got to get up out of here, y'all. Been a blessing as well. Talking to my people today. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Or if you don't see us tomorrow, we'll be back at the night time, which is the right time. But you know how we do, man. We don't go too long without touching bases with you and let you know that we do share with you, care with you, and we're here for you as well. Thank you, Terry Fleming, for the donation for today. We appreciate you, my brother. You take care. Be good. Thank you, Murphy Hayes, John Thomas, Monroe, Taylor May, and another guy. Thank you all for being members on this train. You help support this channel, keep us coming back to you strong every opportunity we can, and we say thank you, man. Y'all some good people. All right, that's it for now. This is BobbieD and Lisa D sleep over there saying take care. God bless. And